The chaos continues in round 18. What a nightmare it's been. Honestly, my team's come out of it pretty well, but I know there's a lot of teams struggling out there. And yeah, it's just, I don't even know what's going on. We had Aiken ruled out yesterday. Tallis Duncan has now moved to centre in his place because Wayne Bennett absolutely hates Lewis Dodd apparently. So yeah, don't know what's going on there. Um, yeah, it's been a weird round. It's worked out well for my team, but as a whole, like I know you guys are probably struggling. A lot of teams out there. Just looking at the green dots on in the top 1,000, it's looking pretty grim out there. So best of luck to you this round. Yeah, I'll get into my team quickly. I went Adam Dewey instead of Sasangi in the end. I did put a post out just after the team list came out for the Dragons game where Sigranis wasn't named in the end. He was 18th man. And yeah, I had pivoted to Sasangi because I thought he had this most or the second most upside in the centre position, most being Adam Dewey. But Sasangi was a little bit cheaper and that just worked better for my team. He's about 88k cheaper. In the end, I didn't commit because, well, they've got a bye next week. So worst case, if this carnage continues, I'm a number down on not a cash down. Like he's 380k, I believe he was. So I'm using a bit of my money on someone who has a bye next week. So that doesn't work out that well for my team in the end. And I shouldn't need Adam Dewey or Sasangi or whoever I got. But with this carnage already happening, if another couple of injuries do strike, I'm going to have to use some trades potentially. So I just wanted the insurance of having someone next week. And also, Sasangi is going back to a bench role where he plays 20 minutes after this. So yes, he would make a little bit of money this round, assuming he did well, which he did well. But then he's going to lose money and I'd have to get off him really quickly. Whereas Adam Dewey gives me a little bit of safety where even if he moves back to centre, I can just choose when I trade him. And in all likelihood, that we go on next week or the week after or in the next couple of weeks, unless Adam Dewey scores like a 60 or something this week and then keeps going, because his break even is a little bit lower. It's 15. So even with a 50, he'll have a 20 break even. So he goes back to centre, scores 35s. I do have a little bit more time where I don't have to rush a trade and I can trade for someone I actually want to. And yeah, I'll have the money in the bank, which is fine. I have about 500k, but I am targeting Cleary and Herbie next week. So yeah, I don't know. I just needed, like, he's a bit more expensive and way too expensive for what I wanted to pay. But just with the centre options, my hand was kind of tied, unfortunately. He averages 60 in 5/8, which is crazy. Like, my mind was blown when I saw that when I was doing the trade or the team list video on Tuesday. And yeah, I don't expect him to get a 60, obviously. This is 3 years removed, but he got like a 55 last week when he played a little bit of halves. I'm expecting him to be the dominant ball kicker, but I've got Latu Fainu, so either way, like whatever split that is, I benefit from it. I didn't recommend getting Dewey and Latu Fainu because one of them is going to miss out on the half position next week. And I expect Latu Fainu to stay there, or like moving forward. I don't know if it's next week because they play in New Zealand, as someone pointed out to me, but yeah, like it's double jeopardy. Like I can't win. They're not both going to be in the halves unless Luai gets injured in Origin or something, but I don't know. I just think his upside is one of the strongest, probably the strongest in the centre position, apart from maybe Mark Nwangani Tuase, who is way too expensive for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it. It's going to be a fun one today, hopefully. They're massive underdogs against the Roosters, which isn't great, but, I mean, he goal kicks. He should get a decent tackle count. He does miss a few tackles, but he should kick a little bit. So his worst score is 31 or something, which is pretty good. Obviously, he's had a few injury histories, but he's only 26. So I don't know. Should be fun. Hopefully he pumps out like a 50 or 60. That would be awesome. I was half considering Meany at fullback. Like he averaged 45, but yeah, like I don't know. It's a 1 week rental again. He didn't have a massive break even and he had a lot of tries in that 45 average and I've got someone who averages 60. So yeah, Meany obviously crushed it last night. He wasn't really in my consideration, so I wasn't salty about it or anything, but it was between Dewey, Sasangi and Kane Bradley in the end because Kane Bradley was the cheapest on the board. But yeah, that was it for the centre position analysis for me. Jed Stuart has put me in a bit of a pickle. He scored a 19, so all I wanted was a 30 and he would have been staying in my team. But I am going to be making a trade that you guys are absolutely going to hate. So Aiken's out this week. I don't think we've heard if he's out long term or not. But he's out this week. He's got a bye next week. They've got another bye in round 26. So he's missing at least 3 games and he has 7 games to play. If he's a keeper, assuming he's back in round 20 and assuming he's a keeper who averages 55, which is about on par with his historical average, I do expect him to play some centre, but let's say best case he averages 55. If I keep him, I'm committing to a score of 19 from Jed Stuart this week, who is essentially Aitken, because I can trade Aitken for a winger fullback or centre now. So that 19 is built into his average. So he plays 7 games, averages 55, plus the 19, which is technically his 18th game, 8th game, sorry. He only averages 50.5 in my team. So yeah, like I have to build in Jed Stewart's score into his average to assess whether he's a keeper. And 50.5 is not a keeper in my team, especially in a stacked edge position where I already have enough keepers. So yeah, Aitken is on the chopping block. I have 3 options, but I've absolutely chosen one. I'm almost certain of it. I've got 4 options, I guess. I could go Mark Nwanga-Nituase, who would get me a little bit more money, but I don't want to do it. That would mean I have to trade him out again because I don't view Mark as a long-term keeper. So yeah, I'm committing 2 trades there. And with Dewey, I'm already committing a second trade. Like I could have just gone, like, if there was a cash down available, that's just one trade, which is fine. But now that I have to trade Dewey again, I'm using another trade to do that. So I don't want to do that for Nwanga-Nituase. Could do Tommy Turbo. Same sort of thing. I mean, he could potentially become a keeper, but I mean, I highly doubt it at this stage of his career. Playing in centres as well. He does have a lot of upside. He's a lot cheaper. I consider that one heavily. He's probably the second best option for me. And a lot of people do have him. So I don't want to miss out on that upside. But yeah, I'm not going to do that either. I could do a centre by switching Garrick here and then bringing in the centre. I mean, that's committing to 2 centres this week when they all suck. But I could get Jack Bird. The reason I wanted Jack Bird originally, but with the rumour he's out potentially, I had to commit to a Couchman trade for a centre because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to loop Jed Stuart and like these other safety loops. So yeah, I could get Jack Bird in. Kind of gross. Like it's another Tiger in my team, which they suck, and I'm committing to 3 outside backs. Oh, well, I guess Jack Bird's a second rower now, but yeah, if he's playing, I could do that. He's a little bit more than a cash down. What's he, like 320, 330? 337. So I could just light that 100K on fire and not trade him unless I have excess towards the end of the year. Could do that. Probably not going to do it. We'll see if he's named. That's a consideration, to be honest, because his upside is a lot higher than the guy I'm considering getting. The last one, which I am like 90% sure I'm doing, which is gross as hell, but I'll explain. Aitken to this fella. Ethan King, 230K. So, you're probably thinking, what is this guy doing? Leaves me with 906K in the bank, which is just absurd. But I think this guy could be actually decent. So if he was playing, like if he was a dual center, which he's playing center this week, he would have been in my team instead of Adam Dewey. Yeah, it's 230K. He could easily score worse than Jed Stuart, which is not out of the realm of possibility. But he averages 42.8 in centers, and that's with 5 tries. But I mean, the Roosters are like $1.20 tonight, so they could actually, he could go for a try. This is so dumb. But yeah, I think I'm doing this. Yeah, he averages 42.8 in center, 36 on the wing, 31 at fullback. Averages 40 this year. I don't know where he's played or anything. That's without a try. So yeah, talk me out of it. Why do I have 900K sitting in the bank? Yeah, crazy stuff, but I'll explain. And then, so he'll most likely be on the left center for Billy Smith. The bad news is he goes up against Stafford Tor, which isn't great because obviously he's probably going to break about 14 tackles on him. So yeah, I do actually kind of think Nwanga-Nituase and him switch just so Mark gets that Stafford Toa matchup, but I guess maybe they can attack that edge as well. So who knows? I'm just assuming he's going to be on the left. And yeah, where is it? The scoring map. Like their left side, the Tigers concede down their left side so much. Oh, I guess that's bad, isn't it? Oh no, that is good. Yeah, yeah. Is this right? Yeah, yeah. So the left wing for against the Tigers has scored 15 tries this year, which is like crazy more than any other position. And yeah, that's Daniel Tupou, but maybe it means he gets a try assist or two. I don't know. I'm trying to talk myself into it, but I actually do like it. Anyway, yeah. So the reason I like him over like a Turbo or Nwangani Tuase or a Jack Bird is because he's bottom dollar. So he actually serves a purpose in my team. And while I don't have the most amount of trades left, I am still slightly above par, but it's all about my team construction. Like another team could have 4 trades left and be in a terrible position, but I would have 4 trades left and be in an awesome position. Like not only do I have 906k to make whatever upgrades I want, like I can go straight to Cleary, I can go straight to Herbie, and I can pay a little bit excess for them to get them in earlier, which I think is worth it because I like you guys have seen the last couple of weeks I've just been chasing points, but yeah, like everyone in my team serves a purpose. So let's go over here in positional depth. So like the blue is keepers. So, I mean, this is before this round. So actually, no, I don't even have Aiken as a keeper. So I've got 13 keepers. I've got Couchman, who is now Adam Dewey, who isn't a keeper, but he'll serve a purpose. Then I've got Cook, Aiken, Duncan, Garrick. Those 4 are my guys that I'm going to be making the upgrades to. Well, obviously Aiken is probably going down to King this week. And then Duncan, Garrick and Cook can be moved on for like Cleary, Herbie, whoever I want in the next couple of weeks. So they're serving a purpose before round 20. And they all have not Cook, but Duncan and Garrick both have a bye next week. So I'm easily going to offload them. So that's those 4 guys are coming out of my team before round 20, before we get the trades back. So they're all serving an immediate purpose where they're going to turn into keepers. Brayley and Latu Fainu are both my cash cows. So they're my cash generation. And Brayley will average close to a keeper, hopefully, as long as he keeps that starting hooker role. So yeah, they're both serving the cash generation purpose in my team. Then I'll have Jed Stuart and Ethan King as pure cash down. So they'll be keepers in my team, as in I'll be keeping them until the end of the season, but they're obviously never going to play for me unless, I don't know, I have a freak injury. Oh, sorry, freak injury. I have a few injuries and like Jed Stewart has to come into my team or whatever. But yeah, like they'll be pure cash down. So I have, like, they give me the money flexibility to make those other moves. And then Couchman is now Adam Dewey, who doesn't serve a purpose at the moment, except for being given me whatever points he scores this week is more than having no one playing. So he's serving me a points purpose this week. And then moving forward, I can offload him whenever I want. So I actually do like the idea of having one roaming guy in your team who you're not committed to at all, like that isn't serving a purpose, because then if you need to make a trade that you probably unexpectedly needed to make or whatever, you have a guy that you can easily upgrade whenever you want. And yeah, you're not committed to him. He's not making you cash generation. He's not a keeper. He's not a cash down. So yeah, I do like having that one flexible guy, which is Adam Dewey for me. Because you've seen over the last couple of weeks, I traded Hosking and Hines, which I didn't want to do, but I didn't have any other guys who weren't serving a purpose. So I had to make those moves. And obviously Hosking's backfired. Hines had his best score in like a month, which is like not out of the realm of possibility because they're borderline keepers anyway. But since they weren't fully keepers, they were just the best guys I could have traded. So yeah, even like Hugo Savala, I didn't want to trade him, but I mean, it worked out phenomenally so far, but like he was still making cash generation, but I just had no one else to trade. So yeah, I do like having Adam Dewey in the team for that reason. So whenever I want to make an upgrade, and especially having 900k in the bank, he serves an even greater purpose because I can upgrade him to whoever I want. So yeah, I actually really like this for my team construction. It's terrible on paper, but I mean, I like it. I do play fantasy a little bit different to most people, I guess. Like I don't know. Like I think I've been pretty disciplined in my trades this year. The last couple of weeks I've used them because I wanted to chase points upside, which I had that plan since round 11 really, that I was going to make those moves at some stage, and I had more trades than most people, so I was happy to do it. And yeah, I think it's worked out really well. Like the Eli Katoa one, it just worked out better than I could have ever imagined. It was such a gross one. I did Hugo Savala to Katoa last week just to not get Couchman's score. Netted 47 points this week, and I wouldn't have had Ellie this week either. I would have got Preston, who scored 29, so that's another 32 points. So yeah, that's 79 points of value there. which I just shouldn't have had. And the trade-off was Savala for Latu Fainu. So unless that swing is massive, I've come out of it really well over the last couple of weeks. And yeah, what's my team sitting on? I'll quickly get it up. I am on 262 for 5 players because Cook comes in. I'm not taking Jed Stuart's score. I'm already into the top 1,000 this week, and I've only played technically 4 players, so I'm actually expecting quite a big jump. If you look here, players remaining, so I've got 9 players remaining technically, including Cook. And yeah, there's only like less than 20% of teams who have played less players than me. Then most teams have played 1 to 2 more, but I've already gained ranks and I've only played 4. So yeah, I'm actually expecting a really good round. Most people don't, I guess half the people don't have a full team this week anyway. That will increase, but the average trades are already down to 3.2. So I expect that to go down to about maybe 2.7, 2.8. And I'll have 4 trades left with 900k in the bank where most people have 300k. So yeah, if I can jump ranks this week, which I fully expect to, like it would probably take a disaster for me not to. Not a disaster, but maybe Savala outscoring Latu Fainu by 40 or 30 to 40, and then Ethan King pumping out a sub 20. And then I probably wouldn't make ranks, I guess. But if those things don't happen, then I'm fully expecting to be in the top 8, 900 maybe, potentially. So yeah, I'm 262 for 5. The par is 227 for 5. And yeah, 227 for 5. So I'm 35 above par, but I have played my good players on paper, like Drinky, Hughes, Katoa, Tarpanay. So yeah, they're 4 of my keepers. So that kind of skews that data a little bit, where most people, I mean, Preston played, but he scored a 29, and then there's been a few cash cows and stuff like that who have played over the last couple of days. So yeah, people's teams aren't in the best position as of now, but everyone has May and Kalamatangi. Duncan's at the centres, which I don't love, but I mean, he runs the ball so hard, so I wouldn't be surprised if he actually scores pretty well there. But yeah, we'll have to see with that one. Garrick, a lot of people have. Teddy, a lot of people have. Ethan King is someone I'm heavily relying on this round. Like, I need him to score well to keep my rank secure. Adam Dewey, again, he's a high upside guy who no one has. Latu Fainu, I expect him to be played by about 30 to 40% of people. Maybe more now that King Tonga didn't do well. But yeah, my team is not that different on paper to most people's teams. There's no one really that scares me apart from maybe Jack Bird that I don't have. Or actually, yeah, Tommy Turbo and Mark Nwanga I guess, as well. So yeah, there could be heavy swings in these games today, but yeah, on paper, I'm actually not doing too bad. And yeah, I'm just in a great position. If I'm in the top 1,000 this week after this round with more trades than people, about 600k more, yeah, I don't know. I'm in a good spot. Let's have a look at popular trade-ins. So Fiketti is the most popular trade-in. Just quickly, NRL Physio put something out this morning. Victor Radley is seeing a specialist, same as Sam Walker, and they both should be back next week, which probably limits the value of Fiketti and Steep a little bit. I did think there was a chance that Radley got pushed back a little bit, but I don't expect him to come back into a heavy role still, so it probably doesn't change too much. I mean, his timeline was expected back next week, but yeah, just something to note if you are getting those guys. I never really loved Fiketti anyway, but I do love Butcher and Steep. Yeah, he's the most popular trade-in somehow, which is crazy. Eli Katoa at 21%. I guess maybe people safety looped Preston a little bit, because otherwise I don't think it would be this high. But I don't know, maybe it was anyway. Maybe people really like him as opposed to Preston. I would have much rather have Preston, but not the way it's gone for sure. That one didn't work out, obviously. Yeah, Tommy Turbo at 15%, so he's going to be heavily owned. I don't know what his percentage is in the top 1,000 at the moment, but he seems to be on this list every week, so people are really banking on him to get back to that keeper level and not get injured. So good luck to you. It's not a play for me, even though I'd kind of like to do it this week. Jack Bird is an interesting one. So he made the 24-hour cut. I mean, that chances are he is playing, but we've seen it happen before where they have made that cut and not played. Yeah, there was rumours on Friday, I think, that, or maybe even Thursday, that he was going to be out. But who knows? But the thing is, it's very risky to get him because I assume at least 50% of those were for Couchman. Actually, it does tell us here. Oh, only 21, actually. That's fine. But yeah, like if you're locked into that trade already, you're heavily relying on him to play. If it's a rolling trade and you can reverse it, that's totally fine. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have committed, and I didn't commit because of that reason. But yeah, good luck to you. Then Teddy and Nwanga heavy pickups, and yeah. So this list, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the 10 are not keepers. So a lot of people are making those trades where it's not serving their greater purpose in their team for end of season, which is also why I didn't mind getting Dewey as well. So, yeah, I think people are going to be stuck for trades in the next couple of weeks, and they're going to burn through those 8 quickly. So I'm actually expecting to make a pretty hefty jump over the next couple of weeks, hopefully, but we'll see anyway. On to the first game yesterday, Raiders versus Dragons. Raiders got out to a big lead, and then Dragons just kept coming back. Tarpanay got like an ankle injury in the first half, but it didn't look bad. They used a free interchange on him at the 24th minute. And I thought that was good, right? Like, because they said he was fine, the commentator said it was fine. He ran off, he was totally fine. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe he plays that three stint, like where he comes off at the 24th minute, maybe comes on just before the first half finishes, plays until the 50th, comes off and then plays again. But no, he literally came on with 5 minutes to go. And at that point, it was a 4-point game. The Raiders were winning heavily by like 16 or so for most of the game, but as it started to creep down, I just was fully expecting Tarpanay to come back on, and he didn't until like 5 minutes left. And then the Dragons had a chance to win, so that would have looked really bad for Ricky if they had lost that game. I do fully understand giving him a rest when you can, but I thought he would play bigger minutes with Josh Papali'i out of the team, but yeah, just didn't work out that way. KO Weeks with a 96, he was phenomenal. 2 long-range tries, even sidestepped the ref, which was funny as. Hat-trick, 2 line breaks, 4 line break assists, try assists, 10 tackle breaks, 350 metres. Yeah, you can't ask for much more, except for maybe getting 100. But yeah, just crazy stuff. He's been so up and down this year. There were a couple of guys who got him a while ago, but yeah, I don't think you could have held on this long because he has been up and down. I don't know what he's done recently, but yeah, he had a few bad scores mixed in there. But yeah, absolutely killer game this week, and he looks awesome. Jamal Fogarty with a 65, so he updated from 58. He got that try assist and line break assist, which yeah, I don't know why he didn't get it in the first place. 31 tackles, 600 kick meters, really strong game. Maybe slightly disappointing he only scored 65 in that sort of game, but I mean, yeah, 20 points, yeah, like 50 points just in base really is crazy, but yeah, still a really, really good game from him. And he's one of the premiums this week in the halves position, so he really did his job this week. Zach Hosking with another incredible score, and yeah, just super annoying because I traded him 2 weeks ago and I didn't want to. He had an early turnover tackle and a try save, and yeah, just no negatives. Like, where was this before? And we knew it was coming, like he averaged 60 or something in that role previously, but it just wasn't happening. And then, yeah, trade him out and he scores a 75, 65. So, yeah, that's just one of the ones that didn't work out for me. But, I mean, it was a sort of a butterfly effect to let me get LA Cartola, so I'm not too mad about it. Yeah, really good. No negatives, 54 in base plus a few extra stuff. And, yeah, really good from him. Matt Timoko with a 61. So I saw a little bit of interest in comment sections of other fantasy creators, and yeah, I mean, he did his job here. I wasn't super interested in him with a 61. 61 was great, sorry, but his average wasn't great. He didn't have a massive upside. Obviously, he has games like this, but his floor's a little bit lower. So yeah, he really crushed it if anyone did pick him up, but not for me. Horsburgh with another good score. So he's pumping out keeper level scores lately, which is great. The minutes are good. As long as they're close to 55, he will be close to a keeper, but there's just so many mids available. Smithy's back to a decent score with 53. 67 minutes is really good from him. Sort of ate into those Tarpanay minutes. I don't know what he's been doing lately. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I mean, he's probably out of relevancy at this stage, I think. But he was really good in round 12 to 15, I think. Simi Sasungi with a 41. So, yeah, he struggled early. He was on about 11, maybe after 50 minutes or so. So I was kind of happy I didn't get him, but then he really picked up the pace. 41's good. Like, if Adam Dewey scores a 41, I'll be pretty happy. So, yeah, I would have been happy with that. Didn't do a whole lot only the one missed tackle. He had 3 missed tackles at one stage, so don't know what happened there. But yeah, good score from him. Probably slightly lower than you would have hoped for if you did pick him up this week, but it's not disastrous. Yeah, talked about Taps, just didn't have the minutes. Had 28 and 24 minutes and then only played 5 at the end. I'm not concerned. Yeah, you could potentially trade him if you wanted to, but I think he's a keeper still, and it's a super luxury one. I probably wouldn't do it. I think they have a bye. They have 2 buys coming up, don't they? They have one next week and then one later in the year. So, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could, but I wouldn't recommend. Xavier Savage, yeah, saw a few people talking about him as well, but his floor was terrible, and 33 was good, but he was on that with like 50 minutes to go. So, yeah, it's just one of those things, but a 33 isn't disastrous. No one else really on that team. Oh, yeah, Jed Stuart with a 19. So the 1 week we need him to score well, he doesn't, but, I mean, he's a cash down. You can't expect him to score well. Just forces my hand with a trade, but it was something I was totally comfortable doing going into the round anyway, so that's fine. I sort of shat on Shane Flanagan for making this move with Molo as the second rower over Segranis, but he did well. No negatives, 60 in base is really strong from him, and well done to him for playing out of position when he probably shouldn't have been. Carl Flanagan with a 51, so he got goal kicking in this one and was really good. He continues to dominate the in-play kicking with King Tonga in the team, and yeah, I knew that would happen. I talked about him ages ago, but he's been good, but just not anything fantasy relevant, really. Damien Cook with a 47, so yeah, I mean, he scored a 50 in 50 minutes last week and then gets 80 this week and scores a 47, so I don't know what's happening. He ran for 110 metres last week, 41 this week. If he's playing 80 minutes, that's all we need to see. I hope that continues because the Dragons looked pretty good, actually. They weren't completing their sets, but they still only lost by 4. I think they had like a 65% completion rate. So, yeah, I actually think this worked out well for them. I was potentially trading Cook next week if he played 50 to 55 minutes this one, but the fact he played 80, I think it's a marginal upgrade to someone like a Watson or Grant at this stage, so I probably won't do that. I could also trade him for an Isaiah Yo or something, but I'll see what my numbers are like. I think, yeah, he's on the chopping block at some stage, but I think if he's playing 80, just wait for a week until he doesn't, because, yeah, 51 tackles is really good. Who else? Oh, yeah, King Tonga with a 19. So 27 tackles is good, but the 6 misses isn't, and he didn't do anything else really. So, yeah, I think a fair few people traded him out anyway. I think it was like 8% traded out. Yeah, you could probably get rid of him if you haven't already. Yeah, you maybe played him this week or looped him this week. But yeah, that's probably the last week he's going to play in your team. So, yeah, he's an easy trade out now. King Tonga, Loco Pacifica Tonga with a 16 in 21 minutes. So, yeah, just didn't get the minutes in this one. I thought he might have got a few more minutes given their forward pack was pretty depleted, but yeah, just didn't work out. Cows vs Storm. So this is actually a pretty good game. A few errors in it from both sides. Storm just too dominant late, but Cowboys had a real crack and they easily could have got that game, I think. But yeah, Storm just flicked a gear late in the game and it was too much for the Cows. Jay Clifford led the way. He's looked pretty good this year in real life. Did get the goal kicking from the left, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be him or Duffy. They did just stay with Clifford. And yeah, just did a bit of everything there. 23 tackles, 100 metres. And yeah, I think he'll be in the team next week with Dearden back at halfback and then Purdue stay in the centres. That probably makes the most sense. And then Duffy just falls out. Drinky with a 62. So another good score from him. That's back-to-back now, so thank God. But yeah, he's so up and down. It took 2 try assists, a try to get to a 62, and 200 metres as well, which won't continue. So yeah, it's a good score. I'll take any scores of 60 from Drinky, but I mean, I'm getting more and more concerned that he's not a keeper. He does get those like almost tries so much. Like I think, who was it who made the break? Kalepu, I think. Kalepu. And then he passed it to Drinky, who it was just a pretty bad pass. Like they sort of got mixed up, but he would have been free and scored a try, which would have been like 12 points for him. But yeah, it wasn't to be. But I feel like he has so many of those, which is so frustrating. Yeah, kept the goal kicking from the right-hand side, which is good. I wasn't sure if that would be the case with Duffy in the team, but that was good for him because he got 6 points there. A very questionable try assist to Purdue. Like yeah, it was a try assist back in the day, but this year it's 50-50. Like Purdy had to run 45 meters. He kind of had to step someone, so I thought it was generous. I didn't actually see it live. Like I was watching and saw Purdy make the break and didn't even click that Drinky was the one to pass it to him. And then I saw his score went up 10, so I was happy with that. But yeah, good score. Just don't love the way it happened. And yeah, I'm all about sustainability. Like if this is sustainable moving forward, and I don't know, like they scored 3 tries, he got 2 try assists and a try. So yeah, I don't know. If the Cowboys are scoring more tries, he will be good, but he's making me nervous for sure. Bateman with one of his better scores. There's no one else really fantasy relevant on this team, is there? Where is Jackson Purdy? Yeah, Purdy with a 27. So I mean, he scored that long-range try for what? 12, 16? Yeah, 16 or 18 points and still only scored a 27. So not great from him. It's probably time to get off him. I mean, he's lost another 35K this week. I did recommend to keep him just because centers were so bad this week. And I mean, he had decent upside, but yeah, it's probably time to go. Nick Meaney on the other side with an 84. So yeah, he down-dated. He was on about 90 and just awesome. He was playing fullback in this one. 250 meters, 2 tries, 5 goals, 3 line breaks, 8 tackle breaks. Yeah, what else could you ask for? A very KO Weeks-like score. Like distribution, I guess. But 84 is really good from him. I hope a few people picked him up. I did have a little bit of interest, but he was probably 5th or 6th on my list anyway. Sean Bloor with a 69. So, yeah, talked about this guy as a cheaper enabler for Eli Katoa, and he's almost matched him the last couple of weeks despite Katoa's attacking stats. So he even beat him this week. A 69 is crazy from him without a try. A try assist with an offload as well. It was like a 4-point offload into try assist, so that always helps. But, yeah, that base is so strong. He's looked really good the last couple of weeks. Eli Katoa with a 61. So, yeah, got the first try of the game again, so it was pretty smooth sailing from there. He got up to about 57 after 50 minutes or so and just didn't go on with it. He got up to 59 live and then got an extra 2 points in update. So, yeah, I'm not complaining with a 61, but it would have been nice to see him keep going. And same as Drinky. He was on a 55 after 50 minutes. So, yeah, I don't know. The end of the game wasn't great for my team, but the rest of the game was awesome. So, yeah, you'll take that trade-off any day of the week. His base isn't super strong, like 41 in base, but if he's going to attack the balls like this, he's going to get those good scores. He might be the best ball-chasing half, kick-chasing half, kick-chasing edge in the game now. Obviously, that was Jeremiah Nanai before, but he's sort of fallen off this year. And the last couple of weeks from Katoa, it's just been crazy. Like, he's just, every ball he attacks, he is getting at the moment. And it's just so safe. Like, he's not even knocking them on or anything. So it's just crazy stuff. Jerome Hughes with a 55. So that's awesome from him. Another 3 tackle breaks. So I don't know how this bloke breaks tackles. His step is good, but he's not like a big body, but I'll take him any day of the week. He got 8 last week, which is just crazy. 591 kick meters, so yeah, absolutely dominated them. He should get the bulk of them next week with Munster backing up, and then it probably goes back to an even distribution, or maybe 65, 70% Hughes, 30% Munster. But yeah, really good from him. Got a try assist, and that was about his only other attacking stats. And yeah, a 55 is really solid in that sort of game. Joe Chan played in the centres, and he looked really good with the 38. He looked better in real life than a 38. Bronson Garlick with a 48 as well in 65 minutes. Probably would have played 80 if it wasn't for his HIA. So if anyone pulled the trigger there, well done to you. No one else really in this game. It was cool to see Jonah Pezzett back out there after his couple of injuries. Kane Bradley with a 24. A few people wanted him because he was one of the cheapest on the board. He did have slight upside being in the Storm side, but yeah, I think he'd scored like 30, 35, 40s with a try or 2 in the past anyway, so I didn't have a ton of interest apart from him being the cheapest on the board, which meant it was a big chance of coming into my team. So yeah, just didn't do it, went for the higher upside, and yeah, that's about it. Good luck to you guys in these games today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully your fantasy scores go well, but yeah, it's going to be a very volatile game. Hopefully there's no more chaos because I don't think I want to make another trade, but good luck everyone, and we'll see you probably tonight for the recap. See ya.